and welcome to part 2 of our island trip. The whole reason we came here in the first place was to find and surf some of the most epic waves in Europe. So far, the waves have been clean and crisp and moderate in size. A few days into our trip, a storm was arriving from across the Atlantic. We drove to the famous Mulligmore Head first thing to watch the waves as we ate breakfast and set about making a plan for the day. The waves at Mulligmore were big and impressive, but no one was stupid enough to surf them that day. We drove to another famous surf spot, Bundoran in County Donegal, but we never actually got there. Whilst driving, we spotted a huge line of surf vans lining the road in a residential area, and there was loads of men in wetsuits dripping wet with huge grins on their faces, and something was going on and we wanted to find out more. We didn't know of a beach nearby for another 6-minute drive, so something was up. We decided to investigate. Looking totally like we knew what we were doing, we followed a guy in a wetsuit through a residential area, through a cow field and over the hill, looking out to sea, and we saw some of the biggest waves we have ever seen. We were not disappointed. We rushed straight back to the van. Jim got in his surf gear. He was incredibly nervous, but took the plunge. These were the biggest waves we'd ever seen, and certainly the biggest Jim had ever surfed. We decided together before he went in that he should give it a go. Just enjoy the experience of seeing the waves like that close up, even if he didn't actually catch a wave himself. After 45 minutes of fighting to stay out back, Jim caught a wave and then another one. The last one though broke on top of his head. He decided after that it was time to come in.
I am so proud of you.
We checked out the small road leading to Coney Island on our way back to our favourite sleep spot, looking out over the water. We will tackle Coney Island tomorrow. We woke up in darkness super early the next morning, ready to cross the sea to get to Coney Island. You can only get across at low tide. There was actually a sign at the start which said, "Do not cross at night or in fog." It was both. We went for it anyway. What was the worst that could happen? It took 15 minutes to slowly make our way from one side to the other. We drove across the tiny island and parked up right by the sand. We were on the beach before sunrise.
How's that for a spot?
Blimey.
Look at that.
After a quiet morning, we decided to explore the rest of the island. It took us an hour and a half to walk the entire circumference of the island. We kept to the beaches, all different as you make your way around. Before we knew it, it was evening again. Low tide once more. We had to make a decision. Were we going to stay on the island or were we going to leave? We decided we didn't want to leave quite yet. So we stayed for the night, right where we first parked earlier that day. We only saw 2 people that day, both locals on the island. This place was absolutely magic and we didn't want it to end just yet. We got to enjoy another beautiful sunrise on the island before packing up and heading off. Both the huge waves near Bundoran and Coney Island were amazing, treasured memories for us. And that's all we've got this week. Join us next week for our last island instalment. We visit Benbulben Mountains, Jim has his first Irish Guinness. And I take a solo adventure to the peaks of Colca Mountains. Before we head back to Cornwall. See you next week. Bye!